Hello, hello, and hello to all of my Aries. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your Thursday slash Friday reading. Aries, happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you all who celebrate Thanksgiving. This is all about giving thanks in advance for what you're trying to manifest or what you, I could say in the past tense, have manifested. You may not see it right now, but you've already spoken that thing into existence and now you're seeing it in the spirit realm. Let's get right into your reading. Let's get into your reading, Aries. Let's get into your reading. The energy has already been cleared, Aries. It has been cleared. Let's go. We currently have 3 planets that are currently retrograde. Jupiter is no longer retrograde. I'm seeing judgment in somebody's favor. Here we have the Sun card, the Judgment card, the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the King of Wands, the Nine of Wands. All right, so the sun is shining on somebody. I don't know if somebody has a court date or not, but I see the sun shining on somebody. I see your ancestors, clapping and cheering for you. They're very proud of you. They're very happy for you. Even if you don't, it was something that was devastating, right? It was like that last thing. You could have been just really hurt and devastated by a lot of things. And it was just that one last thing that just did it for you, that just really kind of put you in a really depressed state. One of the things you want to be sensitive to yourselves is, even if you don't have a court date, even if you've had to sever ties with some people, actually they gave you the sword to sever ties with. And we're not talking about, let me slow down and say this again. Let me slow down with this, okay? When we're in this state, this Ten of Swords state, when we are in victim mode, everybody has done everything to me and I've been so hurt. Even though it's valid, a lot of you all have been hurt since your childhood. A lot of times people don't realize they're hurting other people, like hurt people. That's where that term hurt people comes from, like hurt people, hurt people. So this is not somebody that may have cut ties with you because you hurt them. This is where you're still releasing them in love. Just like, saying to Source, thank you. This is Thanksgiving. You're giving thanks to Source for forgiveness. You're forgiving yourself that you may have been in a zombified state. This is again releasing that pain, right? Because this is a sensitive time for people who have lost loved ones or who have gained ancestors, who have gained guardian angels. This is a very sensitive time for everybody, so be very, very gentle with yourselves. Because a lot of times when you're in this state, sometimes you don't even realize that you've hurt other people because you have been so hurt and disappointed by so many other people. So again, this is a time for you to get your rose quartz out if you have some rose quartz. Even if you don't have rose quartz, you may have some rose essential oil. But nevertheless, you're saying thank you to Source for people who have hurt me, giving me the strength to sever ties with them, or if they've left my life, or even people that I have hurt who may have severed ties with me. Thank Source for it all, right? You're thanking Source for it all so that you can release yourself from that weight and focus on your healing. Remember, the sun is very medicinal. So even if you don't have a court date, this is really about purging. This is attached to Pluto. Pluto is a generational planet. So there could have been some people in your life where you feel like the sun is shining on you because you were able to rise above it, declutter that, release some baggage, cut them off, and just move on from it. And essentially, you saved yourselves. You saved yourself. You were your own knight in shining armor, right? And so you're not looking for somebody else to save you. You said, I'm just going to save myself from this situation. I'm just going to cut them off for life. And this is again somebody who meant to see you hurt. They wanted to see you hurt, depressed, sad, broke down, didn't care about X, Y, and Z. Remember, this is several situations, right? It's not all where other people wanted to see you bad, hurt and jealousy and all of that other stuff, or somebody who intentionally tried to take advantage of you. We're seeing again that this was like hurt begets hurt. It was just like a bunch of hurt all the way around for everything. Some people knew that they were hurting people. Some people didn't know who they were hurting. It's like forgive everybody and just go ahead and ascend higher. That's what Source is saying. It's like go ahead and ascend higher. Continue inspiring people. You've learned a lot on your long and arduous journey. Somebody is going to learn that when you're in this state of this much pain, you're not going to let it go that far. Of like, I think I've said this to somebody in advance because I do see new love coming across somebody's path. If there's new love coming across your path, don't look at that as like, okay, that's going to be a way for me to heal my past wounds, right? Because in this state right here, a lot of people don't even realize those wounds are opening for a narcissist to come through. So a narcissist, somebody to gaslight you. A lot of people take advantage of. Let me bring something like into focus for somebody. Like, unfortunately, you have people who will take advantage of someone who may have lost a spouse, or someone who has lost an adult child, or someone who has lost their job, or and I'm not lumping it all together. We're just talking about the end of a cycle moving into a new, and we're in a new cycle, right? So closing out that old cycle, you can be very vulnerable, right? And of course, because some people around some parts of the world are celebrating or somehow celebrating Thanksgiving. This could be a real tense time as far as you're concerned, like going around certain family members. I'm gonna say this, like I said in the last, if you feeling very vulnerable before you go off on somebody, and before you're kind of like this ticking, your flame is about to come out, and you're not really sure. You like, if they say one word, it's probably best not to go. It's probably best to just prepare your meal in your house. Get a good movie on TV or one of the streaming services, and listen to some holiday music or whatever, something that's going to keep your vibrations very, very high, because it's a very stressful time, and somebody's going to learn that lesson. Somebody's part of the lesson that somebody learned. Remember, your ruling planet Mars is still retrograde, right? And this Pluto right here is attached to Scorpio, and through the planet Pluto, right? So again, and then this Sun card is attached to Leo through the Sun. Leo is ruled by the Sun, and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So it could be two people, or these signs or whatever in your family, or even if you have them in your birth chart, where you just feel like, I'm tired of being hurt by these people, and so I need to go ahead and sever ties. I'm so tired of being hurt by people that I have deep emotion, and on one hand, I feel like they have me laughing and cracking up laughing and such and such. The next hand, I feel like this. And so because it's such a sensitive time, somebody could have lost loved ones, and again, like I said, gained angels or ancestors. And it's just when I look at the card, it's just too sensitive of a time. So this is where you save yourself from a situation. If you're in a new love relationship, again, this is not the time to go bleeding all over the new person, because you haven't really properly vetted the new person yet to even know what their true intentions are. Again, keeping yourself inspired. Somebody has learned some very valuable lessons on their long and arduous journey is what I'm seeing here for you. So, like I said, I'm sending good energy you guys' way. Some good vibrations your way. We just never know what people are challenged with during the holidays. Some people have had a long and arduous journey themselves of thriving, not just being in survival mode. So some people are thriving, but their journey was just like this. Yeah, you can't compare your page 1 to somebody else's page 20, or your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. Some people came out of situations just like this, and they already know, hey, I've been on my long and arduous life journey. There's some people I don't want to be around because it's too sensitive. Emotions are running too high, and already been there, done that. Hey, we had the Knight of Pentacles again. We had the Page of Cups. We have the King of Cups, we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Sun card, and also the Four of Cups. So somebody that you love is really thinking about you, but you've already decided, I need to go ahead and cut them off to just protect myself. I need to just go ahead and cut them off. And for somebody else, also, love is coming across somebody's life, and they're like, I don't believe that. Like some, but so this is about you saying thank source in advance for love coming across your life. But the only reason it's happening is because somebody is operating in faith, and you learn how to. First, both of these cards are the same, right? Both of these cards are the same. The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Cups. It's because you learn how to save yourself. It's because you learn how to be your own knight in shining armor to finally say, I need to just go ahead and sever ties with something, right? So somebody that you had deep feelings for or thinking about you, and it could be several people that's thinking about you, but you're like, I wouldn't let them back into my life even if a pig flew by. And I don't mean that in a comical way at all. We see this pig right here with wings. It's like they could be thinking about me and I'm thinking about them, but as far as I'm concerned, I've moved on from that. I've moved on from that, and I'm tempted to, my temptation was like to call them demonic, but that's a temptation. We know that the snake symbolizes, like we know from the Bible, or people who believe in the Bible, excuse me, is like the energy of the devil jumped into the snake, right? So this is a tempter, but that energy is already out of your life. So just because it's the holidays, you may think about they may come across your mind, but for you, you're like, I'm moving on from that because it was just too painful. I went through two. That thing really depressed me. It really just made me just that sad, and I just, at that point, I didn't know who to trust, right? I can't believe that happened to me. But somebody has found something to really calm you down. Somebody has, you're wiser now, you're more balanced out. And so letting certain people back into your life, even though you're thinking about them, would be a trigger for you. So you're like, I know I identify my triggers on the other side of all of this. I feel sunnier, I feel better, I feel like I can move forward beyond it. So I don't even need to sit around and ruminate over this. I don't need to sit around and ruminate over. I don't see too many people having any kind of a court case, but what I do see is that somebody is breaking a generational cycle and breaking a generational chain. Like I said, whether you hurt them or they hurt you, for somebody, it's still it's a very sensitive time. Being sensitive is not a bad thing, right? It lets you know I have feelings. I know, I know what hurts. Like, just like, that's what I'm saying. Like you're in a mood of giving thanks to source. You're in this feeling of giving thanks to source for just knowing, like having feelings again. Like I'm starting to feel a wide range of emotions here. Like I remember how I didn't want to get out of bed, how depressed and sad I was over certain things, how deeply disappointed I was. And this is connected to family because we're talking about Pluto, the generational planet. And I just need to go ahead and break that cycle. I'm sending high vibrations to people. That's what I'm saying. Somebody's at a higher frequency. So that's why I say I don't see a lot more so than a court case or anything like this, because I don't see the justice card out here, at least not yet. It could be for somebody, but more so than anything, I see somebody finally deciding I need to go ahead and sever ties in love. Like I need to sever ties with something in love. It could have been an ex, it could have been a family member, it could have been somebody you thought eventually was going to be a part of your family through marriage. It could have been a lot of things, but for you, you're moving on. Here we have the Knight of Cups again. That Knight of Cups is really coming out. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't necessarily see, I mean, like the Judgment card can mean a lot of things, but more importantly, the more and more I'm going through the cards, the less and less I'm seeing a court date. It's more or less like, and if you have one, again, judgment in your favor, but it's more about, again, this right here, Knight of Cups came out 3 times. You are really saving yourself, and it could be from 3 people that you really, really deeply love. Like somebody that is just like, I need to, even though we had a 10 of swords, it could have been a hurt from a lot of things. It could have been hurt from jobs that you worked on that acted like whatever. But these are also from people that you could have deeply loved. And source is saying to you, you got to save yourself from this situation. You're going to have to take action. So if they left your life and they did you a favor, close that door, lock it, double bolt it, and move on. But this is somebody who's about to give birth to something that you're very passionate about. Like, this is you entering into a season of abundance. This is you, this is you're entering into a season of prosperity, but everything about you is glowing from the inside out. That's where this comes in. Okay, if you can imagine this, like all these sores, this is hurt. People projecting their hurt onto you, taking things out on you, all kinds of stuff happening to you, right? Part of this could be you hurt people and they cut you off, but nevertheless, it's all this sword energy right here. Imagine in all of this darkness of not wanting to get out of the bed and just feeling like, what did I do wrong? And I help me to understand what I did, all of this, how I hurt you, and all of this. Something from the inside of you is, a light on the inside of you is inspiring you from the inside out. And so what I'm saying on the other side of this is you inspiring other people, like you learning how to nurture yourself, but also learning how to nurture other people, right? And so I do see you inspiring a lot of people. I do see you becoming a lot wiser. I do see you learning how to ignore those ugly emotions that could be coming up from your spirit, that could, every time you want to warm up to the idea of reaching out and calling certain people who deeply hurt you, you say, nope, I'm just going to go ahead and move on from that. I'm just going to let it go. And again, I release love. I'm sending out love to everybody. I don't have any ill feelings towards anybody. Matter of fact, I forgive everybody. This is, again, the more and more you think about how deeply something hurt like I said before, somebody says, I'm on the other side, I'm not going to give it any more thoughts. I'm not giving it any more thoughts. That's a door that's closed. It's just closed. I'm moving on. Like I said, so it's two sides to this. One is the people that you have hurt, because a lot of times we don't realize how we're hurting, or how you could have triggered somebody else's pain, while you were hurting for something. And so nevertheless, you're just thanking Source for the strength to just move beyond something, right? The strength to move beyond something. Here we have the 9 of Coins that came out in reverse. Okay, so when it's an upright, we're looking at financial independence, right? Remember, so now it came out in reverse, which lets me know that a lot is riding on this. Because there's so much sensitivity here, we're looking at the Empress card, which is in the form of a pregnant woman about to give birth. And I'm talking to men and women, Aries. Because there's so much sensitivity here, because there is the holidays. And when we think about the holidays, you think about family. You think about, holidays in some parts of the world. You're thinking about family. That brings up memories of who hurt you, and going around this person and thinking about that person, and wishing things were different, and what did I say that could have hurt somebody, or they hurt me, whatever. It's a lot going on. I want you all to keep this in mind. Turn this from reverse to upright. Financial independence, right? We know that money isn't everything. Time actually is money, and Source is saying to you that how much time or how much energy are you going to give to this, where you're expressing so much emotion about something, where Source is saying to you, I'm trying to send you the message to save yourself. Every time you think about this is why I talk so much about listening to sacral chakra music. You can type it in on YouTube, listen to it every single night. If you wake up, listen to it then. If you feel like I'm thinking about it, let me turn on my meditation music. I need to flush this out of my system. I need to flush this out of my system about how, because you can say I'm the victim. All of these people did X, Y, and Z to me, or you could. But here's the main thing: what somebody is really truly hurt over, if we're really being 100%, is why did I not listen to my intuition? That's what I'm saying. Somebody is saying, if I had just listened to my intuition instead of assuming that just because it's this person, or this person, that they would never do X, Y, and Z to me. And also being honest, did I do something to them? Did I do something to them? So again, like I said, getting outside in the sunshine and raising your frequency and inspiring yourself and allowing yourself to go through this. Like I said, the Empress card is in the shape of a pregnant woman, which is like the number 6, even though it's not the 6th card in tarot. But This is where you are, it's like it's three main people, that somebody feels like, why can't I move beyond these three people in particular? Like, these three people hurt me the worst. And Source is saying, keep that 9 of coins in the forefront of your mind. Because that 9 means release it in love. It's like something needs to die in order to be reborn. It's a regenerative number. Like something needs to end. Like this feeling that you have as the woe is me, and that something needs to end. And sacral chakra music is going to really help somebody with flushing out those emotions, so that if you desire love, even though part of you, every time you think about it, you get upset. I would never trust this person again. I would never. That's what are you using your time for, right? Free yourselves. Didn't I say water? Here we go. Soak in the bath. That's another way. Get your gemstones, your crystals out, right? Soak it in the bath. Here we have the number 10. 4 plus 6 is 10. Instant manifestation. And start manifesting it. Start thanking Source in advance. And I'm healed from this. Literally. Not, I pray that I get over this. I pray that something happens to them. I pray. None of that. None of that low vibrational stuff. All, thank you, Source, that I'm healed. I'm healed. And thank you, Source, that I am forgiven for how I may have hurt them, or they may have hurt me. I forgive everybody. I just forgive everybody. Not even I hope they forgive me. I forgive everybody. I forgive myself for hurting them when I didn't realize I was that hurt. I forgive them. Because you don't have any control over whether they forgive you. We don't have any control over that. So you start with forgiving yourself. So anyway, again, happy Thanksgiving, so that you can move on. Somebody can move on from something. And I do see you moving on from something, because I'm seeing here the Judgment card, you ascending higher. And again, breaking that cycle. And I do see for some of you all, if you desire, I got to say if, because not everybody is looking for new love. But if you desire to be in a romantic relationship and you're already in one, it's about to get better, because you've forgiven yourself and you've forgiven other people who really hurt you. If you desire to be in a new relationship, you're making room for that. You're freeing yourself from past hurt. You're not even talking about it anymore, and you're moving on from something. Because if you're still operating in this and you haven't healed from this, if new love comes across your life, every little thing they do, you're going to be sensitive to and complaining about every little thing. And they're going to feel like, I can't do anything right. So maybe this isn't the time for us. So let's see what else we have here. 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 Yeah, let's see what else we have here. The energy is gaining momentum. Yeah. So which energy is gaining momentum? You got to decide. Is it the energy of frustration and hurt and anger? Is that gaining momentum? Are you putting your fire there, or are you putting your fire up under, inspiring yourself and burning those past bridges, so that you can make room for an even better love to come into, new soul tribes? That could be agape love or romantic love, to come into your life. But let's see what your number is. Again, that 9 of coins coming out in reverse is very concerning, because somebody is using their time / their money. It's like somebody is tossing all of that away. And again, if it only take what resonates with you. Some people are already here where they open up their vault, they're living their absolute best life, all of those things. Number 5, I am adaptable. You all are a cardinal sign, and so this is where you got to initiate. You all your sign marks the beginning of the changing of a season, so you got to adapt to changing this season. Flexibility is your forte. When life throws you a curveball, you could easily adapt to new circumstances and find excitement in the unexpected change. Be brave and bold in your endeavors. That's right. Be brave and bold in your endeavors. That is what I have for you. I will see you all on... Oh, we got to get a affirmation card. Let's get your affirmation card and let's close it out, Aries. Let's get an affirmation card and close it out. Let's get an affirmation card and close it out again. Happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you all. But again, I can't even say don't sweat the small stuff, because this was very painful for somebody. And this isn't small, this is not small potatoes for somebody. This is a really big, this is legitimate. This is legitimate pain. But remember, a lot of times when we're hurting that deep, we don't even realize we're hurting other people. So this is where forgiveness all the way around has to happen. And this is where somebody's adapting to it and ascending higher. Clarity, affirmations for clarity. I am clear on my purpose. I am here for a reason. I am worthy. I am valuable. I own my truth. I am moving forward in the right direction. I know exactly what I need to do. I take action towards the things that matter. That's right. That is what I have for you, Aries. I will see you all on Sunday. Again, this is your Thursday/Friday reading. We are in a new cycle. Again, new moon energy is about quiet creativity. It's about planting those seeds, writing down your intentions. It's about going easy on yourselves. It's about keeping your plans to vibrate higher. And if you desire love, only tell people that you know are team you, not people who are going to toss any, doubt in your mind. This is where you're thanking source in advance, for the strength to ascend higher. And again, like I said before, I see the light shining on you day and night. Like somebody is, like I said before, this right here is nighttime. This is daytime. I'm sorry, this is, stars shine at night. Both of these are stars. But again, this is where you have to inspire yourself from the inside out. As a fire sign, getting out in that sunlight is going to really recharge you and make somebody feel 1,000% better. But that is what I have for you. I will see you on Sunday. Thank you for joining me. And this reading is for the remainder of November through the end of December.